What in the world? Yo, yo. See this works. Jerome Jones, what up, man? Chevy Box, what up? Let me get a sound check right quick. This dude got a Coogee shirt on. A ripped up Coogee shirt. Let me get a sound check right quick. Good, okay. Smokehouse, what's up? Man, I'm checking in with y'all guys, man. You know, I'll be in and out. Ethan Randall, what's up, rich guy? I ain't rich, man. I wish. Like they say, man, more money, more problems. Yeah, I know y'all heard the story. Diamond Girl, what up? More money, more problems. Let's see. Carhartt all day, every day. Stay solid, what up? Top of the morning, facts. What up, D Compton? But yeah, man, y'all see the title, man. Hiring, firing. I don't think some of y'all can handle that pressure. The hiring part is cool, but when you gotta let somebody go, tragic. You know, the hiring process, you know, even the hiring process, yeah, you might be able to hire people, this, that, and the third, but you really got to dig in detail with some of these guys. What's up, preacher? Before you hire them, you know, background checks, PSP reports, NVR checks. I want to say like 60% 60 to 75, 75 is a little bit too high, but 60% of the people that you hire have an agenda. They definitely have an agenda, you know, and it's always good to try to get that out of them before you bring them on board. What their real goal is. If they honest, they honest. If they're not, you gonna find out later. Anyways, what up, Dirty? But everybody want to be this fleet owner though, but they can't handle. I'm not gonna say they can't handle, but they gonna figure out what's the real deal once they start letting people go and, you know, hiring people. That stuff comes with a lot. So, you know, that's as far as the hiring side. You know, hiring folks, you really got to do due diligence and check some of these people out, because some of these people are fraudulent, and or they have these agendas, you know, and that's what they do. Anybody in here that's a fleet owner, you tell me my line. I mean, they really got some agendas out here, whether they company drivers or they owner operators. They really got agendas. Some of them trying to make a quick buck. But I'm starting to get more and more every I don't want like every year or every month, I'm starting to get more and more and more tight on who I bring on board, because I just don't bring on anybody. You know, we really do thorough background checks. We really be calling previous employers to see what's really going on. That'll tell you a lot about a person. Like job hoppers and stuff like that. A lot of people, what I'm starting to see a lot of, especially new owner operators, they get these trucks, you know, and where they came from previously, they do a lot of job hopping. Okay, whether they came from company drivers, they job hopping. Ooh, you can see the trend. Owner operators, a lot of owner operators, what you see is when they have these trucks and they've been at previous companies and they was leased on, you can see, okay, they was at this company for this amount of time. They was at this company for this amount of time. They was at this company for this amount of time. And you see that trend. And then you be like, man, what is this dude doing, man? Uh, that tell you right there, man, you need to leave that person alone. You see what I'm saying? What up, Jay? Jay True? Out of service. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, Brandon. Out of service right now. But you start seeing these trends, man, and it started getting out of hand. You're starting to see a lot of people out here becoming owner operators, and they're leaving these bigger companies, trying to come to the smaller companies because they think that the smaller companies are easier to get on board, or they can easier get over. You know, do what they want to do, woo this. You know, and you starting to see that trend too. But that you got to pay attention to that, especially guys that's out here trying to build fleets and uh what you say? He said super chat, go Browns. Raiders messed up. Yeah, we lost that one, man. It is what it is. We'll get them back. We, like I said, we won't go undefeated, you know, but you know, it is what it is. Um but like I was saying, that's as far as the hiring process. Now when you let somebody go, or you fire them, or that individual quit, or whatever the case may be, a lot of guys like to, especially when you let somebody go, come up with excuses. And these excuses of this, that, and the third, or, you know, I like to be upfront with, you know, a lot of my people that I bring on board. Because I do, those y'all don't know, I do a lot of owner operators. I hire owner operators. I don't have any company drivers. So that's something we're looking into. But uh, owner operators, um, you got to be very careful with them. I'm laughing because I gotta. Man, you got some funny people, man. But they try to, you know, when stuff happens, they try to get you out your character. And as a business owner, you gotta respond business minded, because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They want you to get you out your character. You know, and you got some funny people though. But you know, they come up with all these stories and stuff, and this, that, and the third, or you know, they just come up with some random stuff. You know, especially when you let go somebody, or you terminate somebody, or they just quit or whatever. Just out of respect, as a business owner, you would want that person, that individual, to at least give you at least a heads up. Hey, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go do my own thing, go get my own authority. Or I'm ready to go to another company, or whatever the case may be. You know, respectfully. You know, do that. You know, do something like that. Don't just come out of nowhere the next day because something didn't go right, or you didn't like what it was, or you had a bad day and just up and quit. Um, like I said, that's just, I find that very like unprofessional. Out of all my trucking jobs, I don't think I ever did nothing like that. Or even regular jobs. You know, at least I gave a heads up or whatnot. Let me see. What up, DIY and Toga? Um, you can see the million different company decals on the side of the tractor that don't even remove. Just keep. Yeah, that was another thing, man. You can tell. You could tell. you could tell like all these different decals and stuff like. I even seen people have decals on there talking about they don't want to remove them. I was like, you can't do that. You can't go to another company with a previous decal on it with their DOT numbers on it. You have like 3 different decals on there. Like that got to go. And some people just be lazy, Um, remove. You got to remove that stuff. Go get that decal remover stuff, man, and remove that. You can get that at Lowe's. I think Leak did a video about that. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's cool because you got multiple drivers and equipment and stuff like that. But you really got to do the actual hire and fire, or dealing with drivers leaving, and then you got to replace them. I know y'all see no shots at Parks, but he gotta keep on replacing them, and he's advertising his business because obviously it's people leaving or he has to terminate drivers. So you got to constantly keep doing that, and I think he does company driver. You got to constantly keep doing that. You got to constantly keep doing that. You know, if you're not up for the challenge, man, and being a fleet owner might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta deal with it. There's a lot of people coming in. Business has no room for feelings and emotions in my facts, man. Yeah, there's no room for feelings and emotions in my facts, man. Yeah, there's no you didn't go into business to make friends. No disrespect. This is a business. You know what I'm saying? You in business to stay in business, not to make friends and turn up and click up and have barbecues and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you if you have a business, run it like a business. That's all. That's the best advice I can give you. If you have a business, run it like a business. Um, you can take bits and pieces from previous places you worked at and how they ran a business. You ain't never clicked up with some of these people. You might have a yard sale or a barbecue once a year or whatever the case may be. But that stuff you do stuff like that. When you got 100 employees or something like that, man. But when you're a small fleet owner, man, run it like a business. Do what you got to do. Hire the right people. If you gotta let go somebody, let them go, and have a reason why you let them go. Do an actual termination letter. So you have documentation of that. So you just ain't out here just letting people go or whatever the case may be. Be respectful of other people. Not to say that that person that you hire is gonna respect you, but at least you did what you had to do. And it is what it is. Oh yeah, League. I know you got them stories, but a lot of people think that I see a lot of videos about hiring, letting go company drivers, but nobody really talks about hiring, let go owner operators. They got that too. We got that too over here. So I saw a guy that still had the DOT numbers on from his last job. 2 DOT numbers, very bad. Yeah, you get caught with that, man. That's a nice little ticket or fine or whatever. You can't ride around with 2 different DOT numbers. That's why I tell people, man, if you got a fleet or whatever, owner operators, you can allow the owner operators to have their name on the side of their truck, but your business needs to have their name. Your business needs to have your business and your DOT numbers. I just tell my drivers, like, listen, you got to have my business name, my DOT numbers. I just tell them put it on the back if you want to. You want to put it on the front door, that's cool too. But you got to have the business name with the DOT numbers, all right? And if you want to have your own business, you can have that as well. Most of the guys want to put that on their door. Cool. Just have my business and my DOT numbers on the back. Cool. I don't know what this whole deal about. I don't know just having the DOT numbers, but I don't know. You got to have the business name and the DOT numbers. If you read the FMCSA requirements, I believe you do. I just tell that just in case. Let me see. What is your PM schedule for your truck? My truck, well, when I used to ride it consistently, I used to get it done every 10 to 15,000 miles. Some people said that was too early, but I was like, listen, I know my truck, I know what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. So I did it 10 to 15,000 miles, which was when I was running consistently. That was about a month and a half. Every month and a half, I would get a PM done. So that's what I did. Trucking with Zay. Deshaun is robbing his drivers. He prays on the inexperience. Yeah, man, I ain't. Hey, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about his business model. That's none of my business. I was just speaking on what he deals with too, because I know what he deals with him advertising his business and hiring drivers. You see it all the time. So he deals with hiring folks and terminating folks. So it is what it is. Prices on equipment is crazy. Yeah, man. Man, the prices on equipment is crazy. But it was already predicted. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, I bought that last trailer, man. That was a bit pricey, you know. But I don't know what's gonna happen with equipment, man. You just gotta get in when you fit in. Was it that great wide truck? Huh? Heavy Jackson, free game, facts. No, it was a local company, small. How many trucks? Heavy Jackson. I only got one truck, man. I got 5 drivers, but I still got my one truck. I got owner operators. Um, and we looking to bring on one more real soon. But I was just speaking on the hire and fire because we had a recent termination. We got to talk about it. Well, it happened a while ago. I just didn't talk about it till now. But um, we're just speaking on it because some of these guys think they can't be replaced, or they think that they wasn't in the wrong or whatever the case may be. But they try to get, like I said, they try to get you out your character, and they write these long emails and texts, and I don't know. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then you send, you respond with a business response. You don't do all that extra stuff and get out of character. You will be replaced. Like I said, at the end of the day, we have the equipment. We just got to put a driver behind it, keep it moving. There's nothing. There's no need to go back and forth and all this. We don't do that. What I'm saying, we're not kids. You know. What's good? What's up, SoCal? Yeah, that's what I was speaking on. Treat your business like a business, and it rewards you as a business. Yeah, that's what I spoke on earlier. There's more running to a business than just buying it. That's why I spoke about that too, man. It's more to it than just getting authority, getting a whole bunch of trucks and equipment. Man, you really gotta. I'm not gonna say that in the beginning. I knew it all, but in the beginning, I actually educated myself to run a business like a business. You know, with other YouTube videos, whether it was experience from drivers. You know, what I did wrong from this time. What can I do to improve it? Stuff like that. That take time though. It didn't happen overnight. So you gotta understand. What's going on with your business and how to move on certain things. Where you losing money at. Sometimes you got drivers, even owner operators, that are liabilities. Some of these guys, like I said, sometimes you get owner operators that uh that just want to they'll make enough money and then go home and then sit for like 2 weeks and then come back out. That driver's a liability, in my opinion. You know, at the end of the day, you still got deductions, expenses coming out weekly. So that driver has to meet those deductions weekly. But sometimes, they might be like, all right, well, I'm gonna cover it. No, we don't have time for all that. You got expenses weekly, the weekly deductions that you got to cover. whether you want one load or whatever. But if that driver's not making any money, then you're not making any money. So sometimes drivers become liabilities. Um, and then you have to have a talk with that individual and figure out, all right, what's going on? Why are you running 1 week, out for 2 weeks, running 1 week? You know, um, it's just kind of like you want somebody a little bit more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you did it something like 1 or 2, 3 times a week, you running, that's cool. But if you running for, like I said, you running for 1 week and then you out for 2, 3 weeks, like what does that do for yourself and what does that do for the owner? You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing you got to really look into. You could be losing money like that as well. Drivers do become liabilities, um, as owner operators. Company drivers can too. I don't have any company drivers, but from my understanding, company drivers do got to run. You know, they don't have a choice where they want to go. You know, but sometimes you get those company drivers be like, "Oh, my foot hurt, I can't work." You know, stuff like that, just bogus stuff. Um, you know, of course you're gonna get excuses like that. You know, but I saw a post that an advertisement that Parks had, um, and he was like drivers don't want to work anymore. He had a good advertisement. You know, I'm trying to figure out why people ain't trying to get on board. But he had a great advertisement of what he was hiring and what was the pay structure. It was pretty good. And I talked to him on Facebook about it. I said I might use that in the future. Um, but some of you guys gotta take advantage. Some of you got like personal vendettas against people, you know. But people are offering jobs. You know what I'm saying? Um, they're offering jobs. You can't go about what somebody else said about this person. This. Like I said, a lot of these people that people bring on board, they got hate because they got terminated. So they come up with these crazy stories. You know why they got terminated. We already know what's going on. Let me see. Letting somebody go sucks, even if they really deserve it. It's hard to do. Yeah, DIY. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, though, man. You can't get caught up in your feelings, and if they got to go, they got to go, man. It is what it is. You got to let them go, and then you got to get back on the program and find another job to replace them. You know, can't have equipment just sitting around. So it is what it is. You know. Let's see. A fleet is very time consuming and a huge responsibility. People's families are in your hands. Yeah, exactly. And then, like I said, my business, my number one goal was that I always had make sure that the drivers get paid weekly, direct deposit. You know, if something happened with the direct deposit, what's your backup plan? How are you going to pay these drivers? You know, so you have to. That was my number one goal. Make sure these drivers are getting paid weekly, every Friday. They get paid every Friday. They get their settlements every Wednesday or Thursday. So, and I've been sticking with that goal since day one, and it's been working out for me. My fish caught a heart. What the hell? Cancers and you don't even know it. Yeah, man. Leak. I know Leak got some crazy stuff because man, this man got a new driver every week. But like I said, I haven't experienced a company driver yet. The thing about me with company drivers is, especially with I only got one truck, so it's like, you got to find the right person to get in that truck. You know what I'm saying? So my only other option is get another truck, which is like it's up in the air, but the prices is just too high right now. I'd rather just wait it out. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I had a company driver cost me 10 grand, but then, see, that's crazy. I think somebody else was talking about that too, man. I don't know who it was. I was watching somebody's video, and they said they was losing like something like 15 grand a week off a driver or something like that. I can't remember who it was. Dang. But that's crazy you said that, SoCal, man. 10 grand in 10 days. That's crazy. Liabilities, man. But I ain't gonna say liabilities. It could be a truck situation. I don't know what it is, but it could be equipment failure or whatever the case may be. Or it could be a driver error. But I had driver errors too. You know, if a driver is deemed to, because they using my trailers, if a driver is deemed to mess up the trailer, then they're responsible for that cost. Because I don't charge my drivers for a trailer fee. But if you're deemed that you messed up the trailer and we come up with the facts, you're responsible for that. You know, and I got that in the contract. You're responsible for that fee. You know, if it's something that wasn't their fault, then you know, obviously we'll take care of it. How do you find drivers? Well, uh, that's kind of like you just right. You got to really just get out there and hustle, advertise it. You know, even when I was in the beginning, you know, I was doing YouTube, and then I was doing Indeed, and then Facebook. You just really got to put your business out there, you know, and then once you start getting people coming in, then you got to do your due diligence and start checking them out. Um, but I got a lot of drivers from Indeed, and I got a few from YouTube as well. You got to be careful with YouTube. No disrespect to anybody, but um, uh, I just feel like YouTube is a hit or miss. Just put it like that. It's no disrespect to anybody. It's just um, you don't know where these guys coming from. You don't know what these guys' agenda is, and I feel like YouTube might be a big target. It is what it is though, um, but YouTube, you know, if you have a channel, and Indeed, if you don't have a channel, then Indeed, you will go with Indeed or Facebook. Facebook is starting to be the new Craigslist as far as like hiring people or finding drivers or buying stuff and stuff like that. Uh, I didn't do anything yesterday. I've been up all night fighting. You dispatch your driver? Nah. I don't dispatch my drivers. I got like I think I talked about this before. What I did was I found somebody that was interested into coming in this game, and I trained them on how to dispatch. So I think I trained them for about 3 months, and then I cut her loose. She's a female, and she's a beast now. She's a beast now. She dispatches trucks, just like I would dispatch trucks. So that's what I did. I went that route. I found somebody that was interested in getting in this game, and I trained them as if I was dispatching. You know, I trained them just like how I do it. And it took a while. It was a couple of hit or misses, you know, this. But she finally got it, and she's now dispatching all my trucks, and I pay her real good, you know, for doing that. So a fair rate, none of that 10%, 15% dispatch fee nonsense. But I pay her really good, and I pay her really fair, you know, and it always increases. And I got her on increments. It increases every time I add on another driver. But she's doing real good, you know. Any issues or whatever she got, she'll call me or whatever. You know, she has a situation where she just calls me, you know. So that's what I did. I didn't go the route of hiring a dispatch service. I just did this way because I found that was a better way of doing it. Especially for we don't go OTR. We are like regional, and we do mostly out of Virginia. So that's the way I did it. What up, Jake? um, how how hard is it to start a brokerage. A brokerage is easy. Um, the brokerage is easy. You just need the DOT numbers. Apply for the DOT numbers, MC number, and then get your surety bond. You're active. The thing about brokerage is finding people pulling your freight. That's where you deal with the issue. And a lot of times is you won't be able to get going until you get that year under your belt. Because what you're gonna deal with is uh, drivers. Say like you broker a freight to a carrier, they're gonna be like, okay, well my factoring company won't factor your load. Now you got to ask the driver, well, will you do quick pay? Most drivers don't want to do quick pay, so that's the issue you're gonna run into with a brokerage. I can tell you that straight up. But once you get that 6 months to a year, it starts to get a little bit better. But it's good to have though. Definitely good to have. If you go get the brokerage and let it sit, like I said, I paid my surety bond was only $1,200 for a whole year. Paid it $1,200 for the whole year, and let it sit if you want to. Yo, what's the longest you ever took off? You hold on. Hey Harry, it get hard OTO. What's the longest you ever? I don't know what you said on the last part, but as long as I ever took off. When I was driving the truck, man, the longest I ever took off was probably like a week and a half. Y'all gotta understand, when I was driving my truck, I was so consistent. Like I rarely took off. Like I was I was on a mission, man. I could probably say though, in a whole year, I probably took off like a total of like 2 weeks at the most. Other time I took off was if my truck was in the shop. But 2 weeks just personal time out of a whole year, that's probably the longest I ever took off. I was so consistent with it. I had a good truck, and I was just on a mission. Drivers come first, then trucks, then fleet owners. Facts, SoCal, yep. Because a lot of people think fleet owners are rich or whatever. I don't know where y'all get this story from, but it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's good enough for me not to be in that truck. Just put it like that. To focus on other things. Yeah, you too could be a cancer. What's up, Victory Lap? Yes, I still have my truck, Jake. Got to go. Great live feed, bro. People need to know the hard truth. Facts. I appreciate you coming in, SoCal. We'll chop it up. Did you start off in a Hotshot or straight semi? I started off in a semi truck. I never did Hotshot before. How do you come with driver settlements for your drivers? The settlements come through the TMS system. I talked about the TMS system I use right now, which is Pro Transport. They create settlements. The one before that, I used what's the name of that TMS system I used? I can't even remember, but TMS system create the settlements. So figure out what TMS system you use, and now create driver settlements. Or you can do it the days before TMS systems was created and do an Excel spreadsheet. Take you a little bit more time, but if you like old school way, that's the old school way. But they got softwares that create settlements now. Yeah, personal time. Okay. Yeah, 2 weeks probably. When I was out there, about 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks to probably be the max. And we're talking about overall all together. I'm not saying at one time. About 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 weeks. Other than that, my truck was in the shop. That one time I was in the shop for like a month, almost a month. But other than that, man, I was consistent. I was out here grinding, man. Up and down 95. Like I said, I was going from PA to Florida twice in a week. I was going to Florida twice a week. And I would do that. I did that for like, I don't know, 8-9 months. and then we stacked enough bread and made some moves. Actually, yeah, 8 9 months, stacked up some bread, got the trailer and got the authority. That's what I did. MTS, no, a TMS system. TMS. Um, like I said, I use Pro Transport. That's not something you need to use out the gate. If you got 1 to 3 drivers, you can use I can't remember the name of the one I was using before Pro Transport. Leak might know. Um, I can't remember the name of it. Amazon, nah, I don't deal with Amazon, man. Amazon, I was dealing with Amazon in the beginning of the year, but I was dealing with Amazon through a brokerage. So I was getting the top dollar. I was getting a real rate. I wouldn't say top dollar. I was getting a real rate versus being directly messing with Amazon. So it's kind of backwards. It's kind of crazy because I was getting more money through the brokerage than if you would being directly with Amazon. Like I was getting like we was getting like what $1,500, $1,700, $15 to $2,000. No, it was actually 15 between $1,500 to $2,500 for 200 miles, 250 miles. Like I had the plug coming out of NC going up to like Virginia. It was Virginia and Maryland and South New Jersey. So we was getting like 15 to 2,500 depending on which way we was going daily. But that deal fell off. Something happened. They said we was he said it was too much money and they figured they rerouted the whole thing and I was like whatever. I ain't deal with Amazon. Other than that, I dealt with Amazon in VA in Richmond. I dropped a video about that 10 miles for $1,000. Somebody said I was lying. I was like, okay. But no, it wasn't even 10 miles. It was like 3 miles for $1,000. I did that one time and that's the only time I dealt with Amazon. But I never like got on Amazon's load board or whatever they got going on, nothing like that. Nah, I'm not messing with that. How much do you charge? Or how much do they charge? The one I use is what 125 a month. 125 a month. But mine's is different though. I got a package deal. It's not gonna be the same. So if you're interested in going to Pro Transport, I'll put the guy's information in the description after this video's over. You can hit him up and y'all can discuss it. Um, that was a price based on how many trucks I got. It might be different for you. Thanks for all the jewels. I set up my LLC and started my business credit, leveling up my personal credit, then going for my truck. Ain't too many good people. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to get y'all to get going, man, and get away from the whole corporate America thing and start your own business if you want to. Um, you know. So salute to you, man. Victor, do you pay attention to load to truck ratio chart? Nah, I don't even pay attention to none of that stuff no more, man. That came with experience though. Um, like I said, I do pretty much the same lanes. I've been doing the same lanes for the past 3 years, 4 years. So I know what these lanes pay for. I know what it costs for a truck to run. I can literally call it. I can see a lane going from point A to point B. Call a broker, be like, "Look, I'll do it for this much," and they're pretty much 95% of the time they're gonna agree to it. Sometimes you might have to fight with them, but they're gonna agree to it. Depending on how you spit it out or how you shake them up and you throw a couple curveballs in there, you'll get what you want. But nah, I don't look at none of that stuff no more. But that is something good to look at in the beginning so you can get an idea of how this thing works. But I really don't. I don't use the load to truck ratio no more. I don't use the average, the 15-day average no more. Um, I just throw out numbers now and pretty much, because I know what these lanes pay for. Now, if you was talking about something like the West Coast, something like that, now I don't know anything about that. I would definitely have to look at it. But we could figure it out. Don't not to say I couldn't figure it out. I could figure it out. But I only focus on what I do. There's no need to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's no need for me to look at any other lanes, anything like that. I focus on the lanes that I know, and that's where the drivers go. There's a lot going on out here. What up, Eddie? I'm starting a Hotshot by Hotshot Haven, and then hopefully in a year add another truck, then semi. We all cars in Virginia too. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I got a lot of guys coming from Hotshot Haven coming over here, but I don't know anything about Hotshot, man. I don't know anything about Hotshot. I know he started a Hotshot, and I think he bought a green semi truck. But I don't know anything about Hotshots and dualies, man. I straight up went to semi trucks and just did it. I don't know anything about hauling cars either. So that's a market that I'm not even familiar with. But that's if you want to do the Hotshot. I know a lot of guys out here in Virginia are actually doing Hotshot. I think that's a thing or something. I don't know. Kinsell, Eddie, what up? Yeah, everything's good. I hope everything good with you, man. Y'all got direct shippers and contract. Yeah, I got a couple contracts, or direct shippers. Yeah, we got both of that, through the broker side. So I got like probably about three for my drivers. On the broker side, I got some what do you call it? Seasonal ones, and I got some all year round ones. I'm gonna start talking more about the broker side, because there's a lot of things about the broker side that a lot of people ain't telling y'all. Yeah, you can get it easily, but there's a lot of detailed information about the broker side that a lot of people are confused about. You can't just go out. You can go out and get contracts and stuff like that, though. But the thing about the broker side is, like I said earlier, is finding people to pull that freight. You can't just go out here and start getting contracts and shippers and stuff like that. You ain't got nobody to pull it. It's very hard to get owner operators to pull your freight as a new broker. I'm gonna say that again. It's very hard to get owner operators to pull your freight as a new broker. I'm telling y'all the real deal, because I dealt with it. Lucky enough for my situation, I had trucks. I have drivers, so I can get the freight and broker it out to my own drivers. But as a broker that don't have trucks, oh, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time, most definitely. Let me see. Where you find loads for dry van and reefer? Where do you find loads for dry van and reefer? On the load board. You find them on the load board. That's where they at. On DAT, TQ, I got a load board. Coyote got a load board. Convoy, Uber. Trucking with Zay. What are the main reasons new owner operators fail? Main reason owner operators fail. They can't pay for the equipment when it's broken down. It's probably the main reason. Bad strategic moves. Just making bad moves. Not having that. No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what the main reason is. Credit. Not having credit. The reason why I say that is a lot of these guys get these trucks. They have that big breakdown. They don't got that cash flow. You don't got that cash flow. What's your next option? Trying to get a loan to repair your truck. If you ain't got good credit, you ain't gonna get that loan. don't have credit, bad credit. I speak about credit heavily. Um, Credit, you need credit, personal credit. Your personal credit got to be in check. I say that a lot, man. Y'all think I'm out here bull jiving, but credit, man, you gotta have credit. Credit is very important. That's just with any business though, in general. Um, that's another thing too, Lee George. Knowledge too. It's more than just going out here to a dealership buying a truck and just going out here and just running loads or whatever the case may be. It's a lot more to it, you know. The way I learned about it, the way I learned was, like I said, I did the proper steps. No, I don't want to say proper steps. I did the traditional way. Company driver, lease purchase, full maintenance lease, bought a truck, leased onto a company, owner operator. Got their own authority. I did the whole thing, literally. Not to say I did it, I don't want to say I did it intentionally, but I felt that the knowledge of know what's going on before I bought a truck, before I put myself in a situation to buy a truck, and I didn't want to back out or something like that. I wanted to go through the steps so that I knew for sure this is what I wanted to do. Because once you go buy that truck, you can't just be giving that truck back to the dealership. Yeah, you can give it back, but it's going to hit your credit. And credit is important nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like the folks doing the Snyder financing. You can't just go back and give that truck to Snyder financing. Yeah, you can, but they're gonna tag your credit. Even on Snyder's leasing, their leasing thing, you can do Snyder's leasing, but you're in contract for a whole year. If you decide to get that truck back within that year, they're gonna hit your credit. You know, that's why I said some of these leases is bad. If you're doing a lease and they're running your credit, I wouldn't mess with it. You need to find a place where they charge you some of all that crazy stuff. You need to find a walk-away lease. Literally, a walk-away lease. Where you can literally turn that truck in and walk away. What up, Lean Trucker? Can't box yourself in the corner with just cash. Yeah, you can't. That's why I said, man, you want to keep your cash. They always say the term, use other people's money. They say that for a reason. Keep your cash and use somebody else's money. You see what I'm saying? What did I say? Not having credit and 20K stacked up. No, I ain't gonna say that because I didn't have no cash. I didn't have cash stacked up. I had some money, but it was nowhere near 20,000. Like I said, I bought the truck, and I think I had like $800 left over. I don't recommend that to anybody though. But like I said, I had the credit though. You know, if something happened, I can go get a loan or whatever. But I don't recommend that to anybody with the whole $800 thing. I was so eager to get in the game back then. But I made it work. Put it like that. But yeah, man. Y'all got any questions about the hire and firing thing, man? I know we went off topic a little bit, but I know everybody want to become a fleet owner, and I know that's the big thing now, the fleet owner, and you know, having trucks riding around and being at home chilling or whatever the case may be. But it comes with a lot, you know, starting from the beginning, hiring people, and then ending a relationship with somebody and firing, terminating them. Or they just up and quitting. A lot of guys like to up and quit, you know, and leave you hanging. You know, they do that, you know. So you just got to be prepared for it, man. And there's no practice, there's no book, you know, there's nothing like that that's gonna prepare you for it. You just got to be ready. What's your plan when somebody does that? where somebody just ups and leaves, or when you got to terminate somebody, because more than likely you got equipment that's going to be sitting. So what's your plan to fill that truck, or what's your plan to get another owner operator to pull your trailer? So um, you got to prepare for those situations, and you can't get emotional about it, and you just gotta move to the next move, and keep it moving. So, um, what up, C Green? I was trying to get into the reefer game. I helped the driver get a reefer, but had to let him go before we got started. Crappy deal. Yeah, man. Yeah. See, Eddie. I think Eddie's a fleet owner too. So, uh, you got to do what you got to do, man. Sometimes hiring somebody, you're not gonna know, but you're not gonna know somebody. You might think somebody's really good when you hire them, but the truth is always going to come out later on. Some of these guys are going to start unfolding, or some of these guys say, sometimes you get these guys, it's like, yeah, I run, I do that, do this. Next thing you know, later down the road, that's not what it is. So, it's going to happen, man. It's no way to get around it. There's no way to defeat it. It's going to happen. It is what it is. It's part of the game. Trucking got one of the most highest turnover rates in the industry, So you just got to prepare for it and have a plan for it, and make it happen. Damn, gotta keep opening the door. Had to protect my authority and my livelihood. Okay, yeah, I feel that. Always got to protect the authority. Always got to protect that. I started inputting like I remember this. I remember when I was with Suntech, they used to make me do like midday trips. Not midday. What do you call them? Mid-trip inspections. I started doing that myself. Like it's every 90 days do a take that thing to a Love's or TA and get an inspection done. What's the best way to automate IFTA? IFTA it is what it is. Like, I gotta do IFTA for this quarter. You just gotta. There's no automated. You can pay somebody to do it. But I still do IFTA myself, man. It only takes me like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I might pay somebody to do it once I get up to like, I don't know, 10 drivers or something like that. But I still do it myself, man. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. I got to do it every quarter, so there's no automation or nothing like that. They do have softwares. But like I said, I got owner operators, so they don't use my field cards. They have their own field cards. So I got to get their quarterly fields, which they can literally, every field place has their own little button where they calculate the what do you call it, quarterly gallons, and they just send it to me. I plug in the numbers, and it comes up with their total for the month or their quarter that they got to pay out. That answer your question, Jerome Jones. Can't polish a turd. The truth always comes out. Facts, man. Facts. But like I said, man, God dang, that's part of the game, man. That's part of the game. If you don't expect that, then I don't know what you becoming a fleet owner you thought this was. But that's part of the game, that's not even just trucking. That's any business. You pay your drivers a substantial amount of good income. They get a percentage. Like I said, the guys that pull in my trailers, they get 80%. The guys that got their own trucking trailer, they get 90%. I keep it simple. I don't got all these accessorial fees and all that nonsense. I keep it very simple. And then if you stay with me for a year, because I know it's hard for drivers to stay with a company for a year, I'll bump you up, depending on what side you on. So the cap out is 92%. 92. If you're getting 92% of the revenue, that's pretty much your authority right there. But some people don't think about that. They don't know. They think, oh well, if I get my own authority, I get 100%. You're right. You do get 100%, but you're not including insurance. You're not including what you call it, factoring fees. That's going to bump you down damn near to almost 92%, and whatever else you got. So it is what it is. 92%. I feel that if you get 92% of the revenue and you ain't got to worry about nothing, just drive that truck and you home every day, you winning. See, they was giving these things back in the day. I don't want to say back in the day, but a couple years ago. But they wasn't like, it was like some funny numbers and stuff like that. It was a whole bunch of accessorial fees, including that, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I keep it very simple with my pay structure. I don't make it difficult at all, because I don't want that. I don't want to have to train somebody and they get confused in the future when I do stop doing the actual pay structures and stuff like that. So I keep it very simple. Yeah, I still use a factoring company. I probably won't. I'm gonna continue using a factoring company. I think the factoring company is really good. Like I said, I got a good rate because of the amount of revenue we bring in. So factoring company is real good. I don't know this whole thing about not using a factoring company, and yeah, you don't have to use a factoring company, but you got to have the cash flow behind you. Another thing about factoring company, it helps with your for taxes. They send you that thing at the end of the year. All you gotta do is send that to your tax people. You're done. If you don't have a factoring company, you better make sure you keeping track of all that stuff. But the TMS system does it too, though. But I like to have like at least three things that's keeping track of my yearly revenue and stuff like that, just in case. You never know, something might crash or something like that, or whatever the case may be, or some BS might happen. I got like at least things that I can track my revenue. You got a truck for me. Hold on. You got a truck for me to get me on the team? I'm out of Nashville. Nah, I don't have a truck for you, Antonio. I don't have a truck for you, man. Like I said, I got owner operators. If you had a truck, you know what I'm saying, then we could work something out. But I don't have a truck for you. Like I said, if y'all got any more questions, man, go ahead and drop them. Man, we've been on here for almost an hour, so I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. Cost approximately $12,000 a year. I couldn't hire a person for. Plus the fuel card. Yeah, man, it's expensive. It's expensive, man. Some of these things you could do on your own, and some things you gotta use like I said, a factory company or whatever. But I like the factory company. Like I said, I get a good rate. It works for me. I know there's a big thing about using factory companies and you're wasting money and all this. But like I said, I'm a one-man show. I didn't go in business with no partner or nothing like that. This is all me, This is all me. I don't got no wife or nothing like that that's helping me out. I started this from the ground up, and I put the right people in place. I got the dispatcher. I do have an accountant. I'm not accountant, but a person that does like the payroll and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy though. But that's it, man. That's it. You pay your taxes yearly or quarterly? I pay my taxes yearly, man. Yeah, I got a CPA. But like I said that in the video before, man, I've been bouncing around different CPAs, trying to figure out the right one. Some of them, just They do good 1 year, then the next year you gotta hunt them down. Like I ain't with all that. I ain't with all that. I use RTS. RTS. I'll put that in the description too, and y'all, after this video's over, you can hit them up or whatever. RTS Factor. Time is money, so factoring is necessary. Yeah, man. I'm not about to wait 30 days for my money. Like I said, I get paid next day. Well, I get paid in 24 hours. You know, not to say the drivers get paid in 24 hours. They get paid weekly, but I get the money sometimes depending on how I got it set up where I factor a group of loads on certain days. You know, I space them out. So like my pay period runs from Thursday to Wednesday. So I might factor a whole bunch of loads on the weekends, and then I might factor a whole bunch of loads on Tuesday or Monday. No, a whole bunch of loads on the weekend, and I might factor a whole bunch of loads on Wednesday, and then I might factor one more time before the pay period ends. That's how I do mine. I don't send them all in at once, because that can be a bit of confusion, a hold up in getting paid, you know, especially when you got payroll. So that's how I do mine. Dang. Let me see. $10 up, gotta keep rolling. All right, Eddie, I'll catch you later, man. I'm about to get out of here myself too, man. I'm gonna read a few more questions. Do you know where to lease a trailer? Man, I got this question asked so many times, man. There's nowhere you can lease a trailer at right now. And if you do find a place, you're gonna be put on a waiting list. Good luck, man. Like I said, if you're trying to get a trailer, the best thing for you to do is go finance one. You're gonna pay a little bit of money on it though, but at least you got a trailer. But you waiting around trying to lease one or rent one or whatever, good luck. Good luck. How much? Let's see. That's what I definitely need to work towards get up with you. Yeah, man, Antonio, get you a truck, man. Holler at me, man. We'll talk. Man. How much experience do you require for a new driver? I got set at 2 years. 2 years experience. I got a few guys that new owner operators. You know, they got to learn. But the whole thing with, I don't know, I get a lot of guys that come from, what do you call that stuff? The low boys and stuff, man. People that's doing rocks and stuff. They don't know how to slide tandems. But like I said, I'm willing to, not everybody's going to know how to slide tandems, you know. Willing to educate people on sliding tandems. It's not a big deal, especially with the reefer, especially the kind of products we move. Most of the time, your tandem's gonna be set at the same place. Let me see. Would it help if a new broker factors his loads to pay the driver? Would it help if a new broker factored his loads? This how it works. So the broker factors the load to pay the carrier's factoring company. So think about it like this. So the carrier factors the load. All right. The same load the broker is going to factor. So the broker can get paid. What most broker factoring company do is they'll factor the load, and then the factoring company pays out the driver, and then it pays out the remaining balance to the broker. That's what most factoring companies do. Uh, I have seen some instances where the factoring company on the broker side will pay the broker everything, and the broker is responsible for paying the carrier. That can be a bit confusing. It just depends on what factoring company does. I know when I was with Bobtail, that's what they did. RTS on the broker side, they'll take care of the carrier side, and they'll pay out you the remaining balance. I got it, like I said, I got everything set up through RTS. I mean through a Pro Transport, which is what's the word? Pro Transport and RTS got some type of binding together where I can run everything through Pro Transport and it's connected through RTS. And it does it automatically. All I gotta do is hit one button and it submits everything. I'll do another video about RTS again. I haven't did it in a while. Let's see. I got my authority already a year and 5 months. I need to grow my game. You are a great way to keep learning. Francisco, appreciate it, man. Congratulations on that year. Yeah, man, just keep educating yourself with the authority thing. Keep learning. Don't try to grow too fast. Don't try to be doing the most. The fleet owner thing is cool and all, but sometimes most guys that got their own authority with one truck probably doing better than some of these fleet owners. Just plan out everything, make strategic moves, and always calculate everything, man. It's not a race out here. It's never a race to get all these trucks and trailers, drivers and stuff like that, man. Just take your time, man, because one thing you want to do is be successful and not be a fail in this industry. All right, victory lap. You recommend? Yes, get your credit clean, man. Get your personal credit clean. You're gonna need it. I'm telling you, man. You're gonna need it. You didn't think I got all this equipment off of cash? Nah, man. I had to use my credit. I'm being real. I had to use all my credit. I used my credit to get these equipments. The thing about it is, I'm getting at a crazy interest rate. So, I started off, I financed my first trailer, which that first trailer I bought in 2019 when I got my authority, that'll be paid off in December. And then, December is in 2 months. And then once I got that trailer, I went and bought 2 more trailers cash with the titles. Used them up, made money. And then this year I bought, 3 more trailers. So, with a crazy interest rate. I'm getting those trailers at 5.9%. So, I'm telling y'all, man, get your credit clean. Get your credit clean. When I hire OPs, you provide everything. Like, what do you mean provide everything? You said better do power only loads. Yeah, I never did I never did a power only load with my authority, ever. I tried to one time, but the numbers just didn't make sense to me. And a lot of them are one ways, I never did a power only load, so I'm not even gonna speak on power only. I never did a power only load with my authority. But yeah, once Francisco, you provide everything. Yeah, I don't provide everything. I provide what's recommended, like an ELD. I do have a plate program, but I always tell drivers to get their own plates because if you try to leave or if you decide to leave, I got to get them plates back, and now you're gonna be doing the same thing you've been doing. Fuel cards. I do have fuel cards, but all the owner-operators already have their own fuel cards. I always recommend to get your own fuel cards. My thing is, I tell the owner-operators to limit me taking out expenses from their settlement so they can start seeing their full settlement, seeing their real payments, seeing their real money. They want to limit. The only thing I need to take out is insurance and ELD service fees. That's it. I don't need to be taking out nothing else, so they can start seeing their checks, so they can start seeing their money. That's the best way to educate an owner operator, especially a new one. Yeah, I just answered that question. Yeah. No problem. What up, Tanking Banking? But yeah, man. If y'all ain't got any more questions, man, came in late there, Tanking and Banking, but I'm about to get out of here, man. I've been sitting up at this Starbucks for an hour, chit-chat with y'all, man. Make sure y'all go to Starbucks, get you one of those, what do you call them things, man? Them Goudas. Them Goudas, man. Them joints is crazy. My son put me onto that joint. Them Goudas, man. Them joints is crazy. And get you one of these, man. Strawberry lemonade refresher. These joints is crazy. I'm trying to put y'all on the game. Some of these, I didn't know Starbucks was like that, man. My son put me on to it. I was like, damn, man. This thing was all right. But I'm ready to get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming in. Hit the like button. Share the video if you want. And also subscribe. Hit the bell. And I will catch y'all on the next video. I will catch y'all on the next video, man. Yeah, strawberry lemonade.